All right, so we have the generate purchase event created. It's now time for us to load our schema. Okay, we do have this created on our verify. Okay, let's copy here the load schema function, or you can type again, and let's create this. Okay, and let's modify this function. So we need to load the schema for serialization, right? So we need the schema string to create our Avro serializer. And the serializer is going to use the schema to ensure that the event data is matching the schema. Also, it's going to serialize, so it's going to convert the Python dictionary to the Avro format. And then this is what we're interested in. Okay? So we have the schema file here. On this, the thing different now is we're on a different folder. So I need to change this to have one more. And now we need to have the schemas. And now we have the schema name. That's one change. We're gonna open it. We don't need this validation at this point. It was just for that other script. So we can say schema loaded, and we can say for serialization, and we can return the schema string. If that's not fine, if this was not found, file not found error, that's fine here. And we can ask the user to make sure it runs the other script that we just validated. So let's say, hey, run the schema verification first. Okay, so here we're not trying to validate anything, we're just trying to load it. All right, now let's go ahead and define our main function. So this needs to be not inside the class. It was right. So let's define the main function. Let's load our configuration. Okay, so we're going to load the configuration. We need to initialize the schema registry connection, set up our generator. We're going to register and or retrieve the schema that I just have. We're going to create the serializers, initialize the producer, and then start the loop. All right, everything like this. So we just create the load configuration. Let's register it using our admin. Our URL is going to be config Kafka and have schema registry URL. Now let's get our event generator. It's going to be a purchase event generator, and now we're passing our config file so it can get all of those fields for generating the values. Let's load and then register the schema. So schema string is going to be load schema purchase event. We have our topic name from the config file. Topics, it's going to be purchases. I'm going to fix that. All right, topic name is here. Then our subject name, which by convention we're doing the topic name and a value. All right, let's log this. Registering the schema for subject name. Okay, and we can register it. Registration, just like we've done on the tests. Registration info is going to be the schema admin, register Avro, subject name, schema string. Okay. If we don't get this, let's just log it. It failed, we don't need to run it. Okay, then we get the ID. Let's log it. Schema register it with ID. Schema ID. Sweet. Now we need to create our key serializer and the value serializer that it's going to connect to our schema registry and the Avro schema, and it's going to turn our Python dict into an Avro record. So key serializer, string serializer, UTF-8, value serializer, Avro serializer, schema registry client, admin.client, schema string, and to dictionary, our lambda function. Okay, we've done this as well on other codes. Okay. Now, one thing that's going to differ from the previous code, we need to provide all of the broker addresses to the producer. Okay, because now we're going to use all the brokers to send data to, not only one broker. We're using the multi-broker setup. So we have more fault tolerance. So if one broker is down, the producer can still connect. We're going to do, the producer is going to do by itself and Kafka some load balances, so the producer can discover all brokers that are available and distribute the load across it. We'll do, it does network optimization, partition leadership, all of the partition replicated, all of those stuff that we talk about. Now it's going to happen, okay? So the Bootstrap servers, we're just going to join from the list of our config files. So we'll have a string with all of our Bootstrap servers. Now finally, let's instantiate our producer. Then the Bootstrap servers are going to be our Bootstrap servers. We have more than one now. Let's define a client ID of purchase event producer. And let's log this. Producer initialize with brokers Bootstrap servers. Okay, now on the next video we're gonna start it, like actually produce messages, and we're gonna see on the UI how are those messages flowing in. Okay.